Thomas Lawrence. I'm TJ Holmes. And Thomas, it's midway through the football season. It's about to be week 5. Today we're talking about the latest media poll rankings. You know, all the division leaders stay at the top again. Paradise is at number 1 in Division 1. You know, Chico, who was at number 2 in Division 1 last week, dropped to number 4 though. You know, I mean, with a much closer than expected win at CV.
Yeah, and you know, once again, before all the head-to-head starts like this week, you know, Enterprise and Chico, it's kind of just comparing losses and comparing how we think teams fare against different teams. You know, Chico was down at the half against Central Valley, a team that a lot of people and the voters thought they should kind of steamroll a little bit more, and I think that's really what pushed them down. Enterprise took care of business against Red Bluff. You know, Red Bluff competitive up to this point, but Enterprise wins by 43 points, and Foothill with a 1-score win, but did it against Shasta. You know, always a tough team to defeat.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at these rankings is, you know, it's kind of a stalemate, and all the divisions right now, all the division leaders, it's just kind of, they're at the top, and that's where it is right now until someone knocks them off. You know, there's not been a whole lot of ranked games yet right now, so it's a matter of what have you done for me now for these teams after that number 1 team. And right now, you look at Foothill with with the win last week against Shasta, the only ranked team in Division 1. I think that's what catapulted them up to number 2. You know, especially with Shasta being number 5, and then, you know, Chico dropping just because of that, you know, not solid performance.
Yeah, and you know, Enterprise, one of those teams that's moved around as much as anyone else. Their one loss to West Valley, a team that's still a top Division 2 in the rankings. They were idle this week after beating McClemens in the Oakland section the week before. But Sutter, the team right below them, beat Wheatland 55-7. Wheatland was undefeated to that point. So Sutter 5 first place votes, West Valley 6, just like last week. And those two clearly, at least, you know, in the voters' eyes, number 1, number 2 to this point. But just like last week and weeks prior, below them, it's still kind of a mess.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Wairika, they're 5-0. They beat another Oregon school this week. I think this was our 3rd Oregon school they've beaten this year. They haven't scored more than 21 points in the game, so they're not handily beating these teams, but they're still 5-0, and that's still, you know, the hand that they're dealt, they're taking care of it right now, and they're at 5-0. So you put that other unbeaten team at number 3 in Wairika. Then you got Orland at number 4, who, you know, beat winless Gridley. You know, they jumped up from not being ranked to number 4. They're defending D2 champs, so that also carries some weight as well. Then, like you said about Wheatland, got blown out against Sutter, but that's their only loss so far. I think Orland jumping over Wheatland, I think they just have a couple more quality wins than Wheatland to kind of overtake that spot there in D2.
Yeah, you know, in terms of the win-loss in D2 so far, it's just so impressive. You know, West Valley, Sutter, and Wairika, you know, all undefeated. You know, there's 5 one-loss teams as well, so it'll really be interesting to see how that plays out down the stretch as teams get into league here, and we kind of see how things really are in Division 2.
Yeah, we'll start seeing a lot more head-to-head matchups in these divisions, so it's going to shake up a lot more, especially this week. In Division 1, you got Paradise at Foothill. That's number 1 versus number 2 in Division 1 right now. It's a big matchup right away, and obviously you know that, you know, Foothill's lost the last 2 D1 championship games to Paradise. So, I mean, it's going to be a big test from here on out. It's a gauntlet for every division now.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little more on Thursday. Yep.